JoshCast, no, it's the podcast that is on its 34th episode, oh my gosh. JoshCast, JoshCast, All right, episode 34. The goal for today is for me to be emotionally available. That's what I'm working on, because I just finally realized after all these years that I bottle up everything that I feel, and I bottle up a lot, and I want to be more emotionally expressive. I want to stop bottling in my emotions, which basically means stop being around other people. I just feel like I can't be myself around other people. I know this is supposed to be a comedy podcast, but maybe not. Maybe what I guess my theory is that if I really open up, that the good jokes will flow. So let's just open up. I thought about killing myself today. I've been thinking about that a lot. I tend to think about it in the fall and winter. I get depressed then. And I thought about it because I feel overwhelmed and I feel like I don't know how to do my job. And I feel like no matter how hard I try, I'm never good enough. And I feel like I'm never going to escape the life I really want. I want to be able to, make a living doing stand-up and writing. That's all I really want. And I'm afraid that I guess I'm never going to be known for stand-up and writing. I'm going to be known for nothing. And that thought makes me really depressed, and I think about just not wanting to go through it anymore. And then I listen to myself talk and I think, Jesus, people have it so much worse than I do. And here I am, depressed because I'm not on a cable news. Not on a cable comedy show. That's the biggest cause of my depression. And to the point where I'm thinking of, offing myself. I haven't yet. I don't think I will. I just don't feel loved. But I guess I don't get out there. And I don't let myself be loved. And I think the only thing that's more depressing than my depression is the fact that the other thing, I don't want to, I'm afraid this is going to be a cry for help. And that's even more depressing, that it's a cry for help. I don't want it to be a cry for help. I just want to, no, that's not what I want. I just want to be totally honest about what I'm thinking and feeling. And that's what I'm thinking and feeling, is taking a gun and ending it. Although the reminds me of a morbid conversation I had with my mom. The gun, probably not the best way to do it. You got to aim properly. If you miss, then you'll just be, half dead, which is no good either. So, if I'm gonna do this, I'd better do it right. I fantasize about buying a gun and going out into the middle of a mountain somewhere and just ending it, being amongst nature and not having to fail anymore. That's what I hate more than anything is failing. Because I feel like I'm not worth anything unless I'm perfect. And I don't know what else to say. I don't know how. There are days where it's just hard to go on, feeling like no one cares. And I know that's not true, and I know that my mom cares, my dad cares. I think most people around me care. But it's not. It's just, I feel totally alone and unsupported. And it's not an accusation against anyone around me because they all support me. I don't know who would still be listening to this at this point. And the fact that this is categorized as a comedy podcast. But no, I want to stay with it. What am I trying to say? What's the point I'm trying to make? What's the truth? That's the question. The truth is I don't want to kill myself. I don't want to kill myself. There are just days where I don't, it's just hard to deal with everything. And it just feels overwhelming. And I feel like no matter what I do, no matter how hard I work, it will never be good enough. That's what I feel. There's no jokes in what I'm doing right now. This is supposed to be a comedy podcast. I can't get over that. And I need to stay on voice. That's one thing I learned from all the theater. Stay on voice. Convey the total sum of my emotions. So, all I can do is just keep going. And perhaps come up with jokes on the next one. That might be more along the lines of what a podcast should be. This is the end of the podcast, the end of the podcast, and the children play and the children sing. This is the end of the podcast.